Hello dear students, we are studying chapter number 3, that is force and pressure. In today's video, we are going to learn next part of the chapter, that is pressure. So students, in some previous videos, we have studied about force, which is nothing but pushing, pulling and lifting of object. So students, the force is actually the interaction between two objects. Force is the interaction between two objects. Now, where the force is acting, there pressure is also applied. Where the force is acting, pressure is also applied. Means there is a relation between force and pressure, these two quantities. Now we will see what is pressure. So student, pressure is the force acting perpendicularly on per unit area. Pressure, we will see first definition of this pressure, which is a force acting perpendicularly on per unit area, is called as a pressure. So students, there is a relation between force and pressure. We will see here the formula to calculate pressure, which is pressure is equals to force upon area. Force upon area. This is very important formula. So remember this formula. So students, here force and pressure, these are direct in the proportion. These two quantities are direct in the proportion. Where force is increases, pressure is also increases, and where force is decreases, then pressure is also decreases. Students, pressure is what? The force acting perpendicularly on unit area. Means as the area and pressure, if we see the relation between these two things, then they are in the inverse proportion. These two things are in the inverse proportion. Means area when decreases, the pressure will be increases. Okay, so we will see some examples from our daily life where pressure is applied. Okay students, some examples are given in your textbook. We will take from that. Suppose this is nail. We know nail, it is having two ends. The nail is having two ends. Suppose this is one end of nail, this is another end of nail. That both ends are very different from each other. If we see, this is flattened end and this is a pointed end. Okay students, now if we are trying to penetrate that nail into the wall, then we can penetrate that nail with pointed tip very easily. But if we are trying to penetrate, to insert that nail into the wall from this side, then what we can see? That nail will not insert into the wall. That nail not penetrates into the wall or any object. So why it happens? Students, area, here the area of end of nail is matter. So here area is matter. As this side having large area, so less pressure is created. Okay, here the area of this side is large, so that less pressure is created. And due to less pressure, that nail will not penetrate into the wall. Now students, from this end we can penetrate that nail easily. Why? Because it is having pointed end. It is having pointed end, means very less area is present at that tip. And where very less area or area is decreases or less, then the pressure will be high. Pressure will be increases, and due to high pressure, increasing pressure, we can penetrate, we can insert the nail from this side very easily. Okay students, so this is about nail. That pressure and area are inverse in the proportion, so that area is decreases, then the pressure will increase. Area decrease, then the pressure will be increases. Okay students, we'll see one more example. In our daily routine, we are cutting vegetables with the knife. Okay, so we are cutting vegetables with the knife. Suppose here two knives are present. Okay, this is knife 1. Just suppose this is knife 1 that is knife 2. Suppose knife B is having flat edge, that is having flat edge, and knife A, it is having sharpened edge. So students, what happened here? We can cut vegetable easily with the knife A, and we cannot cut vegetables easily with knife B. So what is the reason behind this? Because that sharpened edged knife is having less area. Okay, here where we are cutting vegetables, at that place means at the edge of knife very less area is present, and as the less area is present, so the pressure will be increased on the vegetable and we can cut vegetables easily with sharpened knife. Now in case of knife B, it is having flattened edge. Okay, it is having flattened edge. So here at the edge area will be increases, so that pressure will be decreases on the vegetables, so that we cannot cut vegetables easily with knife B. So that questions, or remember that examples, it will ask for give the reason question, and remember this formula by which you can write every answer of every question. So remember this formula, pressure is equals to force upon area. Okay. Now students, next we will see the SI unit of this pressure. So we will see here SI unit of pressure. From same formula. We know the formula, force upon area. Now we know the SI unit of that force is Newton and SI unit of area is meter square. So that the SI unit of this pressure is Newton per meter square. Is what? Newton per meter square. Now students, remember all that things regarding the pressure. Definition: of force acting perpendicularly on per unit area. Then formula, that is pressure is equals to force upon area, and SI unit of pressure, that is N Newton per meter square. Now students, come to the next. We know that different things are present around us. So many things are present around us, and these things are mainly classified according to their states into solids, liquids and gases. So students, all that things are exert pressure. All that things are exert pressure means here solid exerts pressure, liquid also exert pressure, and gaseous substances or gases, atmosphere, air, they are also exert pressure. So our next point, we will see the effect of pressure by solid, by liquid and by gases. So first we will see the pressure exerted by solid. Pressure by solid. Now some examples are given in your textbook. We will take that examples by which you can understand that point. Okay students, so one activity is given. In that, suppose this is wooden plank. This is wooden plank and A and another wooden plank, or just say that is case A and case B. Okay, so here on this wooden plank, if we keep some books in this way, then that wooden plank remain as it is not changes. Okay, but if we keep same books on same wooden plank in this way, by making column of that book, then we can see there is a slight change into the wooden plank. So it comes in the downward direction, slightly it comes in the downward direction in this way. So why it happened? Here if we observe that solid books are solid. We are studying pressure exerted by solid. So students, here the space or area which is acquired by that book is very large. So the pressure exerted by that books is very less. So that less pressure is exerted on this wooden plank, and due to that it will remain same. And in case B, what we have done here, same book we are kept in this way. Okay, same books we are kept in this way on on same wooden plank, but if we observe the area acquired by same books is very less. Okay, so here less area is acquired by that books, okay, which is solid, okay, books, so that high pressure is exerted on the wooden plank, and due to that high pressure, that wooden plank comes into the downward direction. Okay, students? So here the solid, in case of solids, the area which is acquired by any solid object, any solid thing is matter, and another thing is matter, that is weight of that solid. That is the weight of solid. Okay, if high weight is there, then pressure is also high. Okay, and high area or more area, then also pressure is less. So in case of solid, area and weight are matter, and in this way solid exert pressure on another thing. So come to the next point. We will see here one more example. We can see vegetable hawkers in our areas when they come by taking their pot of vegetable. Suppose this is a pot of vegetable. Okay, so they place here a wrapped cloth. They place here a wrapped cloth in between their head and that tub of vegetable. They placed here wrapped cloth. Okay, which is round in shape. So why they placed here? To avoid pressure, or means here due to this wrapping cloth, less pressure is created on their head. So that they placed here this type of cloth to avoid pressure. Okay, students, again it is an example of pressure exerted by solid. Okay, students, now come to the next, pressure exerted by liquid. Our next point will be pressure exerted by liquid. Now, so many liquid substances are also present around us. Water is very well known example. So that liquid substances are also exert pressure on the walls of container where they placed. Okay, we will take here one more example. Suppose this is bottle. Suppose this is a transparent plastic bottle, and you can perform same activity at your home with some material. Okay, so what we have to do here, after taking bottle, insert a glass rod or glass pipe or plastic pipe into the bottle in this way. Then tie or attach a balloon to that pipe. And try again, start to pour water into the bottle. Into the bottle. Then after filled bottle, what we can see, that water going or flows from the pipe and comes into that balloon, so that the size of balloon will be increases, and also it shows that the water exerts same pressure on all the sides, on the walls of that container. Water exerts pressure on wall of container. So it is shown by this activity. Now one more activity is given. For that again we have to take a bottle, and suppose this is again bottle, and next what we have to do, fill this bottle with the water, and again make 3 holes to the bottle in this way at specific height. Suppose this is hole 1, hole 2, hole 3. If we make 3 holes to bottle which is filled with water, then what we can see here, the water coming out from hole number 1 that falls here, and the water which is coming from hole 2 that falls here, and water which is coming from hole number 3 that will falls here. So if we see the place of flowing or coming out, that will be changed. From first hole it goes at large distance, and if we see from last third hole, that it falls near to the bottle. means very less distance between these two things. Okay, so why it happened? Here the large pressure is created at hole 1. So here the large pressure is created, and at hole number 3, which is at more height, there very less pressure is created. It means that activity, that experiments concludes that as we go deep into the liquid, the pressure of liquid increases. Okay, as we go at the depth of liquid, the pressure increases. Means here the high pressure is created, and near to the surface of this water, low pressure is created. So this is about that activity. Now students, also on our water tanks, we have seen the water tanks everywhere, and we can fix the tap here at the lower surface, at the bottom of this tank, and that is the reason for this. At the depth, that liquid exert more pressure. So students, this is the pressure exerted by liquid, and it is mainly depend upon the depth of liquid. So pressure which is exerted by liquid is mainly depends upon the depth of liquid. Remember, for fill in the blanks. Now students, come to the next. Also air which is present around us, atmosphere. We are present in the atmosphere. So gases, different gases, air mixture, that exert pressure on us, pressure on everything which is present in the atmosphere. And our next point will be pressure exerted by air. Now, the pressure which is exerted by air is also called as atmospheric pressure. So, it can be defined as pressure exerted by air called atmospheric pressure. Remember this thing very carefully. Atmospheric pressure, air pressure, atmospheric pressure are both the same. So we know that around the earth, suppose this is earth, and around the earth, planet earth, at specific distance, the cover of air is present, and that air or that atmosphere includes different gases, and we can say that air is a mixture of different gases. So that air exerts pressure on everything which is present into the atmosphere. Now students, we will see, suppose we are trying to fill air into the balloon. Just suppose this is a balloon, and if we are trying to fill air into that balloon, then the size of that balloon will be increased from all the sides. Same. The size of balloon increases from all the sides. It means it indicates that the air exert pressure on wall of container from all the direction, from all the side, from all the direction. Same. Okay. So same pressure is exerted here, and due to that balloon will become large from all the sides. Okay students. Now air also exert pressure on us. Okay. Suppose this is a person. Just suppose. Okay. Just suppose. Okay. This is a person. This is a person. Now we have heard many times that as we go to high altitude, at that time we faces the problem of breathing, and sometimes our ears, they are become blocked. So why it happen? Because at high altitude the density of air is very less. Okay. So suppose this is earth surface, suppose this is earth, and near to that surface of earth, the density of gases, density of air is very large, and as we go towards the high altitude, as we go towards more height from the earth surface, then what happens? Air becomes rare, means density of air, it becomes less. So here rare air is present. Now see, at the surface of earth, we are present here. So air exert pressure from all the directions same pressure exerted by air from outside of our body. Also air exert pressure, also liquid exert pressure, okay, from inner wall of our body, inner part of our body, and here both the pressure are same. The pressure exerted by both sides is same and we cannot feel any problem of breathing. But if we going or if we are present at high altitude places, means at more height from earth's surface, then density will be less, air is rare. So that pressure which is exerted from outside will be reduced. So this pressure will be reduced and that inner pressure will be increases. So that pressures are not equal. Inner pressure is large, outer pressure is very less, and due to that we can face the problem of breathing or our nose, our ears, they are becoming blocked. So that reason is behind this, means pressure exerted by air or by gases on all objects which are present into the atmosphere. Now students, we will see the unit of atmospheric pressure. Before this, that atmospheric pressure is very high near to the sea levels, or it can measure or it can start measuring from the sea level, and at the sea level atmospheric pressure is very high. Now one atmospheric pressure or 1 atmosphere, it is equals to 101 into 10 raised to 3 Pascal is equals to again 10 raised to 3 millibars, and that air pressure or atmospheric pressure is measured into the millibar. So this is about pressure exerted by solids, liquids and gases. Now students, what we have seen today, what is the pressure? Definition of pressure, that is force acting perpendicularly on per unit area, and also we have seen the formula to calculate pressure, which was pressure is equals to force upon area, and the unit, SI unit of pressure, it was Newton per meter square. Remember that things very carefully. And also we have seen effects of pressure exerted by solids, liquids and gases with some examples. So read that examples which are given in your textbook. Now today we will wind up the session, and remaining part of the chapter we will see in the next video. Till then, thank you.